I'm seriously lacking motivation this morning. I don't know what time it is. It must be close to 9 o'clock. I don't think I'm gonna make coffee. They have a coffee maker here, but it looks really fancy, and I don't really want to figure it out. I'll probably just stop at Tim Hortons on the way home and drink a giant coffee. But I have to get up and get dressed first. By the way, happy Vlogmas day 22. It's Sunday, the 22nd of December, 2019. In case you were wondering, if you're watching this in the future. I'm on the road now, on the highway. I've got my coffee right here. I even asked her to put ice in it so that I could actually drink it right away. I wonder if she's gotten that one before. Probably. I can't imagine that's original. Either way, it's 20 after 9 now. I should be home by 11-ish. And then I can weave in the ends on my cowl. Maybe I can hunt down some yarn to make my dad some socks. But I may have to buy some. Because if he wants thicker socks, then thicker, colorful socks, I might have to go hunt down some yarn. I've decided to take the Island Parkway just because it's prettier. It's going to take me a little bit longer to get home as a result, but I might be able to stop and take some videos of interesting things on the way. There's this house that I love. It's not fancy. It's like a large, older home, but I swear it has to be haunted. Just the way it looks has to be haunted. And maybe I'll be able to get video of the Bolt Castle. I don't think you can see Singer Castle from the shore. I am not sure, but I will try. Check out this house. Isn't it cool? I think to myself sometimes, if it ever went up for sale, I would totally buy this. It's so creepy. Now you see what I mean about the haunted? I love it though. I keep half expecting to see somebody standing in the window. I know all you can hear is my car, but check out this. It's the bridge to the US. That's how close we are. We have all these houses on the water. This is what I wanted to show you guys. There's a bunch of islands here on the St. Lawrence. They have cottages and homes on them, and they're all beautiful. Taking a cruise here is amazing. 1,000 Island boat cruise. I'm really sorry about the car, but I'm standing in front of it. So there's a house on an island. There's a whole bunch more down there, but they're a little bit hard to see. There's a tiny little cottage on this. Well, it's probably not that tiny. It just looks small from here. There we go. Managed to get a little bit closer. That is a huge house. And I think there's that island right there. I think they're connected. Very interesting. Wonder how they get there in the winter, or if they do. It's hard to believe that that would sit empty for all the winter. Maybe if I get behind the car, it won't be so loud. So check this out. Boathouse, little bridge, house on an island. I know it's kind of hard to see, but so cute. And then check this little guy out. Tiny little house. Can you guys see it? So cute. There's another one out there. Oh, somewhere. And then, isn't that cool? There's something about this area that I find really enchanting. Every opportunity I get to drive down this parkway, I take it. Sorry, my phone's a little... I just love looking at all these little houses, or big houses actually, that are built on islands. Can't imagine it'd be easy to get insurance for that. Okay, so it's really far away from the road, but where's my finger? Oh, there we go. Oh, it's gonna focus. But up here is Singer Castle. If you've never heard of it, go check it out. It's pretty cool. You can visit it. You can rent a portion of it. So that's one of the castles. This is Singer Castle from 2017. Angie, Connie, and I. Well, I missed Bolt Castle for you guys, so I will find a picture of one of the times I went, and I will insert it here for you. Bolt Castle, not a great picture, but you get the idea. We have a new coffee, some almonds, and for some reason, I'm craving Lunchables these days. I'm home. I've been for a little bit. I've just been weaving in the ends on my cowl. I'm probably only a third of the way. There are a lot of tiny little ends poking out here, but I've gotten maybe one set of colors done, so I'm a third. Doing the last violet. I also came across some videos on a no-buy year. I watched 2 videos, 2 girls that just decided not to buy anything unnecessarily, unless it was a basic necessity. No clothes, no books, no coffee even. I don't know, I'd have a really hard time not buying coffee. It's the little things we take for granted, but we don't realize how much money we spend on these things. But typically, I'm not a big spender on things that I don't need. That probably comes from my first trip to Uganda. I saw poverty like I couldn't even imagine that people actually still lived like this. And it's mind-blowing. So when I came home, I had a really hard time, other than the fact that I cried for a really long time, just at the things we take for granted and this ridiculous amount of money we spend on things we don't need. So since that time, when I want to buy something, I usually just ask myself, like, do I really need this? Do I really need this thing that I'm going to spend $5 on or $500 on? Really, do I need it? Most of the time it's no. So this year for Christmas, I have not spent 1 penny on Christmas gifts. A few years ago, my family and I decided that we just wanted to spend time together. So we would rent a cabin or some kind of big house where we could all be together for a weekend. My mom would buy little things to play games and stuff, but spending time together became the most important thing. Everybody's busy. We all have busy lives, busy schedules, shift work. Makes it really hard to plan things. So time became more important. And since then, we just kind of kept up that tradition. I will probably put some money in my son's car when he comes home, if we can get into the mechanics, but that's probably about it. And if anything, and he's so funny, because I always ask him, you know, for his birthday or something, is there something that you want, or would you rather do something? He says, do something. So we'll go somewhere. I took him to PEI this year for his birthday. On his 18th birthday, we went to New York City. Just little things like that, so we can make memories and spend time together. It's way better than stuff. And I've had this really big itch just to get rid of a lot of stuff in my house. I have too much stuff for one person. I have so much that I don't need, don't use. I rented out my house for a year a few years ago so that I could save money and travel, and I survived without most of my things for that whole year. And then when I came home, there are things I never even unpacked. So Do I really need them? Probably not. So why don't I get rid of them? I think sometimes we hang on to things because they're sentimental, which is okay. I have a lot of little things that I've picked up in my travels, like all these masks here. Most of them are from places I've been. So those things are valuable to me. Makes my house look a little bit like a museum, but whatever. Side note, at the beginning of 2019 or at the end of 2018, I vowed not to buy any yarn because I have a substantial stash. And I did really well, other than buying yarn to make gifts for people because I didn't have the yarn I needed to do it. Like I used the yarn that I had in my stash if I had it, and if not, then I let myself purchase it if it was for gifts. Other than that, I did really awesome. Little change of plans. Instead of going to my mom's for dinner, I'm going to pick her up and we're going to a light at night at Upper Canada Village. Stay tuned. Well, Mom and I are at Upper Canada Village now. We're gonna go see the Christmas lights at the old village. I'll show you guys those in a sec. There was no Woolly check-in today. My apologies. But the headband that I'm wearing, the turquoise headband, is called Saturn Rings.
Also the shortcut.
There's the big house. Parce que j'ai pris la photo de l'autre bord pour la vidéo.
Ouais.
Wait, this is the bread maker. Yup. The gentleman on the right explained to me that the fire that you see in the back, that they were gonna wait until it was mostly burnt out, until it was just coals, then they would take all the coals out, and the brick that's underneath is what they would use to cook the bread. And the bread would be in that oven for about 40 minutes. We just had dinner in here, and now all the people are coming. Oh, look. I'm so glad we got here early. So, Mom, thoughts? Did you like it?
Yeah, I loved it.
It was pretty nice, eh?
Beautiful.
But
Like a fairyland.
yeah, we're a little peopled out now because they're coming in lots and lots. It's time to go
It's
home.
getting busy now.
Mm-hmm. It's only like 6 o'clock. Time to go.
Yes, we came early.
Oh, and we ditched the idea of the beaver tails because the lineup's too big. I didn't need it anyway. I hope you enjoyed all the stuff I had to show you guys today. I have to get ready for work now, and the kid's coming home tomorrow. I hope. Fingers crossed. Have a good night. I'll see you guys in the morning.